We are broadcasting on Top Star as well as the movie Bouquet plus our social platforms. It's now time for the news. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. Zambia receives first batch of medical supplies from Egypt. Education Minister urged to hand himself to police for remarks against the people of Wapula province. Early distribution of inputs through Kazungola farmers. And in religious news, Woodlands Conference Docus and Amo gifts Sia Jinyama residents with clean water. These stories plus more coming up in a moment. To stay with us.
Are you ready to unlock a world of opportunities? Look no further than Wansanje Travel and Tourism Institute. At Wansanje, we offer a passport to international recognition through a wide range of courses in various fields. Choose from our courses in travel and tourism, business administration, hospitality management, computer science and cybersecurity, entrepreneurship, food production, electrical, graphic designing, computer studies, and many more. With our expert faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, you will gain the skills you need to excel in your chosen field. For further inquiries, call us on 0211-220-286 or 0977-603389 or visit us in person at Kenneth Kaunda House, Cairo Road, next to the Bank of Zambia. You can also reach out to us via email at wtticollege@gmail.com. Wansanje Travel and Tourism Institute is registered with the VETA and ICM, ensuring the high standards of education and recognition. Don't wait. Come and excel with us today at Wansanje Travel and Tourism Institute.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Bright SINKOZI with the details. George KALIMUKWA is our sign language interpreter. Let's start with this. The Media Institute of Southern Africa, MISA, the Zambian chapter, has commenced capacity building training for Lusaka-based journalists. The training seeks to build trust and credibility in news writing for professional journalists. MISA National Director Austin Kayanda, speaking when he officially opened the training, said the program comes at the backdrop of recommendations in the media baseline report that capacity building trainings be undertaking to rebuild the lost trust in the media by the public. Mr. Kayanda said the training offers an opportunity for journalists to go back to their basics of journalism, which will enhance accurate and credible reporting.
We appreciate your dedication to this training. We are aware that the media plays a crucial role in facilitating platforms for engagement by citizens. As such, it is common knowledge that the media needs to produce content that its audience would want to buy and support. People desire a free, independent, assertive, vibrant, and responsible media that would effectively advance democracy, human rights, good governance, and socio-economic transformation. They want the media that supports efforts to promote professionalism in journalism practice and gather and provide accurate, fair, balanced, impartial information, education and entertain to all. The people want plural and diverse media that promotes diversity of opinions and responds to the diverse aspiration and expectation of the entire population, embracing age, education, gender, social status, interest, and ethnic background. They also want private media that balances commercial interest and developmental imperatives. The media that are accurate, accountable, and corrupt-free, and the media that promotes media accuracy among their audiences. Gentlemen and ladies, MISA Zambia, with the support from the German embassy, is implementing a project on building resilient journalism in Zambia. The project is supporting the development of quality journalism in Zambia that will encounter misinformation and disinformation. This project has come at the right time, especially when there is a rise on the online media and other internet platforms that have democratically increased access to the wider range of information.
Over 14,000 beneficiary farmers in Kazungula are elated with government's early distribution of inputs under the Farmer Input Support Program, FISIP, for the 2023-2024 farming season. Speaking on behalf of other farmers, Ruth Ndlovu of Siagasipa Agricultural Camp in Kazungula, Southern Province, said the early distribution of inputs will enhance increased productivity and production. Mrs. Ndlovu said farmers are now depositing their farmer contributions of 400 kwacha each in few hours and are taking less time as compared to last season when they were spending 2 to 3 days to deposit their monies. She commended government for expediting the distribution of inputs under FISIP and allowing farmers to deposit their contributions early before the onset of the rains. And Conista Lindu of Marimba Agricultural Camp in Kazungula has appreciated government's decision through the Ministry of Agriculture for speeding up the process of input distribution. Mrs. Lindu said accelerating the input distribution and farmer deposits will ensure farmers access fertilizer and seed early on their doorsteps. And Southern Province Agricultural Coordinator Max Jombe says 183,385 farmers in the province will benefit from FISIP this season. Dr. Jombe noted that the inputs have been received in the province early as farmers will plant early, thereby anticipating high yields. Lawrence Kabutu of NICE now gives us details in this report.
Over 14,000 beneficiary farmers in Kazungula are elated with government's early distribution of inputs under the Farmer Input Support Program for the 2023-2024 farming season. Speaking on behalf of other farmers, Ruth Ndlovu of Siagasipa Agricultural Camp in Kazungula says the early distribution of inputs will enhance increased productivity and production.
In the past years, we were almost crowded here, and we were spending 2 to 3 days to deposit. By this time it is 8. We are thanking the government for that.
And Kanista Lundu of Malimba Agricultural Camp in Kazungula appreciated government's decision through the Ministry of Agriculture for speeding up the process of import distribution.
I appreciate to the government for that decision under Ministry of Agriculture.
Southern Province Agriculture Coordinator Dr. Max Chombe says 183,385 farmers in the province will benefit from FISIP this season.
I can confirm that this year we have received the inputs early. And what does that mean? It means that the farmers, as soon as they collect, they will plant early, and it has a direct impact on the yields. So we expect that the yields will be okay because of the early planting and distributing the inputs early.
Chisha Skazwe is Livingstone District Agriculture Coordinator.
Livingstone has a target of 800 beneficiaries, and so far 631 farmers have deposited.
Kazungula District Agriculture Coordinator Dennis Moya has this to say.
Kazungula has a total beneficiary of 14,000 farmers, and we have since made headways with regard to preparing them to receive the inputs. We have managed to deposit about 2,066 farmers.
Reporting, Lawrence Kabutu in Kazungula, Southern Province.
Now, Economic Freedom Fighters EFF President Kasonde Mwenda says the decision by government to offload Zambia National Service ZNS-produced millimilk in all ShopRite stores is a scam. Mwenda says government should abort what he termed as propaganda, but concentrate on lowering the cost of millimilk by lowering the production cost. Speaking in a telephone interview with Hope News, Mr. Mwenda said government should come up with initiatives that will lower mealie prices and not taking few bags of mealie to ShopRite, which he has predicted will run short in a week's time. He said farming input prices should be lowered as farmers need to afford buying farming inputs.
Problem of mealie prices is very high, and we expected the government to start making amends, coming up with initiatives that will lower the price. Not this kind of propaganda. This is a total scam. You can't lower the price by cosmetic actions where you take a few bags of mealie to ShopRite and lie to the people of Zambia that you have brought stock. We have it on record that the Minister of Defense, Mr. Ambrose Rufuma, said they do not have maize stock. All that they are doing is cosmetic right now. This is a serious problem, and we expect this government to start taking people of Zambia seriously. This is October. It's time for farming. They should be concentrating on lowering the price by making sure that the commodity, the inputs are lowered. They could subsidize the farming inputs so that people can go and cultivate. Not this kind of playing we are seeing. It's very sad. It's very sad. We will miss this window of October where people would have been unable to participate in farming because they are unable to afford fertilizer, they are unable to afford seed, they are unable to afford even transport costs now. Petrol is at more than 29. So we have a problem, but this government is playing with a problem. It's bringing all these political gymnastics like what we are seeing at ZNS. How many places ZNS can take to how many ShopRite or whatever outlets they have? That is taking a serious problem, making it a plain issue. So we are very saddened. Trust me, give us 1 week. That mealie will not be in shops because they don't even have the capacity to shed. But why are they lying that they will reduce the price? So this kind of playing serious problem is child's gloves, and economic freedom fighters, we condemn it. This is a production problem. We need to increase our productivity of maize. That is where we solve. Not this kind of gymnastics. This is total propaganda, and we condemn it. As economic freedom fighters, they will see how we turn around this country with serious, honest approaches to correcting problems, not what we are saying.
Now, Zambia has received the first consignment of the bulk medicines procured from the Arab Republic of Egypt. The bulk stock of the essential medicines and medical supplies is worth 24 million United States dollars under the government-to-government contract. Speaking when receiving the bulk medicines and medical supplies, Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies ZAMSA board chair Anna Chifungula said the consignment received consists of 85 different types of medicines comprising of 307 pallets weighing 58 tons and medical equipment. Ms. Chifungula said 8 items will be shipped this week, while 21 containers of medicines and medical equipment will be received by sea in the next 2 months. And Health Minister Sylvia Masevo, in a speech read on her behalf by Permanent Secretary in charge of administration, Dr. Christopher Simonga, said the availability of essential medicines and medical supplies has been below 70%, posing to have a negative health care services to the citizens across the country. She said the arrival of the consignment from Egypt will create an immediate positive impact to over 90%. And Egyptian embassy charge d'affaires in Zambia, Noha Samir, said the two countries will continue working together in the developmental agenda. Ms. Samir said the collaboration between the two countries, which stems since Zambia got its independence in 1964, will foster development in the health sector by having healthy people in the country. Esnat Sikazwe gives us details in this report.
Received on behalf of the Zambian government, the first consignment of the bulk medicines procured by the Zambian government from the Arab Republic of Egypt has arrived. This procurement was processed under the contract of government-to-government G2G initiative. The G2G initiative is aimed at responding quickly to shortages of some essential medicines and medical supplies, such as equipment in all health facilities across the country. Some of the drugs received in this consignment are antibiotics, medicines for eye disorders, medicines for surgical procedures, and anti-diabetes, among others. Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies, ZAMSA Board Chair Anna Chifungula has confirmed receiving 307 pallets weighing 58 tons of different medicines and medical equipments.
We have received today consists of 85 different medicines and medicines and medical equipment. A further 8 items will be shipped to Zambia by sea by next week. 5 of these items are controlled drugs. All air-shipped consignments have been received here in Zambia, and what is remaining will be shipped. We have so far received 307 pallets of medicines weighing 58 tons. In the next 2 months, we shall receive by sea another 21 containers of medicines and medical equipment from Egypt.
Health Minister Sylvia Masebo officiated the event and was represented by Permanent Secretary in charge of Administration, Christopher Simonga.
The government considers access to quality medical care and essential medicines as a fundamental human right for every Zambian citizen. Therefore, it is our obligation to ensure that this right is upheld.
Egyptian Embassy Charge d'Affaires Noah Samia says the collaboration between two countries will go a long way.
Over the years, our two nations have formed a close and friendly bond, strengthening ties in various fields, including political, economic, agricultural, educational, and medical fields. In this regard, allow me to highlight the great emphasis which His Excellency Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, places on fostering cooperation and partnerships with our brotherly countries across the African continent.
And Parliamentary Health Committee Chairperson Joseph Musanje is elated with this development.
Today, we are again witnessing another very important milestone of receiving the bulk health drugs and equipment for the hospitals and the like. And what we want as the parliamentarians is to see 100% coverage of the drugs.
This consignment is worth $24 million. Esnatsikas, Hope News, Lusaka.
You are watching the news on Hope Channel Zambia. Just now, let's take a break. More stories on the other side. To stay with us.
Family entertainment just got bigger with Topstar this summer. For only 160 kwacha antenna classic OD Smart, lose yourself in magical blockbuster movies as you are in for a real treat on ST Movies, Filmbox plus other movie channels right in your home. Then take your summer entertainment into telenovela channels as we spill the beans and premiere some of the latest Filipino series this month. Also watch contestants put their intelligence to the ultimate test on Pungwa Chamso Quakes every Sunday at 19 hours on Novella E+. But wait, no sporting weekend is complete without the Saudi Pro League and Bundesliga. So catch all your favorite players, Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar Jr. and Africa's best Sadio Mane every match day live on World Football. Be sure to enjoy local Islaka in Division 1 and the Women's Super League games every weekend live on ZMBC TV3. Subscribe now. Topstar. Enjoy digital life.
Are you ready to unlock a world of opportunities? Look no further than Wansanje Travel and Tourism Institute. At Wansanje, we offer a passport to international recognition through a wide range of courses in various fields. Choose from our courses in travel and tourism, business administration, hospitality management, computer science and cybersecurity, entrepreneurship, food production, electrical, graphic designing, computer studies, and many more. With our expert faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, you will gain the skills you need to excel in your chosen field. For further inquiries, call us on 0211 220 286 or 0977 603389 or visit us in person at Kenneth Kaunda House, Cairo Road, next to the Bank of Zambia. You can also reach out to us via email at wtticollege@gmail.com. Wansanje Travel and Tourism Institute is registered with the VETA and ICM, ensuring the high standards of education and recognition. Don't wait. Come and excel with us today at Wansanje Travel and Tourism Institute.
There is nothing quite like the thrill of catching your own fish. And at Papino Investments, we bring that experience to you. Papino Investments, the home of live fish, has everything you need to make your meals unforgettable.
It has a different taste. And that is why I enjoy coming to this place.
From live fish that you can catch for yourself to smoked fish, just chickens and beef, we have a wide range of products that will satisfy your shopping needs. And if you're looking for something else, we have a wide range of groceries to choose from, including Hope Channel decorders. At Papino Investments, payment is easy. You can pay with cash or use our mobile money services. Visit us today at Robert's Fish and Veggies Building, Challenge Market, Lusaka, or call us at 0955 108708 or 0976 543822 or 0965 691909. Papino Investments, the home of live fish.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. And now for the rest of the news. Opposition Patriotic Front PF Acting President Given Lubinda has charged that the ruling United Party for National Development UPND is working hard to unlock Zambia's economic potential for their companies and their foreign collaborators and sponsors, and not for the Zambian people. Speaking during a media briefing, Mr. Lubinda said government has been allowing the export of maize and maize products to feed neighboring countries at the expense of its own citizens. Meanwhile, the opposition leader has called on President Hakainde Hichilema and his ministers to stop singing the song of inheriting a damaged economy, saying the Patriotic Front will continue to remind Zambians of what the Patriotic Front did during their term. And Mr. Lubinda has called on members of his political party to participate in public government programs, including the forthcoming National Day of Prayer and Fasting, including the Independence celebration that will take place on the 24th of October. Meanwhile, PF Acting President Given Lubinda has urged Minister of Education Douglas Siagalima to hand himself over to the police for the offense of hate speech on the people of Luapula province for calling them names. Mr. Lubinda said the minister should also apologize to the people of Luapula, saying remarks attributed to him are unacceptable. And Kawambwa Member of Parliament Nixon Chilangwa has criticized Mr. Siagalima's remarks on the people of Luapula, saying the province is developing and that there are a lot of developmental projects taking place currently. And Luskasha Member of Parliament, who is also Patriotic Front member of the Central Committee, George Chisenga, has alleged that Mr. Siakalima committed a crime and has to be answerable. In religious news, Woodlands Conference Dockers workers working together with the Adventist Men's Organization, AMO, have sunk a borehole for the people of Siajinyama village in Kafue district. Speaking at the official handover ceremony yesterday, Pastor Shepherd Tembo thanked the men and women for responding to the needs in the area. Pastor Tembo has since urged other departments in the church to identify needy areas in their respective communities and emulate what the dockers and armor workers have done. And Woodlands Conference Armor President Hudson Malumbe said it is by God's providence that they were able to give the people of Siajinyama the most needed commodity, water. Elder Malumbe said he looks forward to more of such ventures in the future. Meanwhile, community members are grateful to the Seventh-day Adventist Church for the gesture, saying the water challenge is now a thing of the past in their area. They told Hope News that they used to walk a distance of 3 kilometers in order to access the commodity. We'll avail the details of this story in our subsequent news bulletins. And finally, the church has challenged Zambians to use the National Day of Prayer to unlock blessings of peace and prosperity upon the country. Zanis reports that Senga Hill Pastors Fellowship chairperson Sunday Simpansa said people should take a leading role in uniting the country by observing the National Day of Prayer and Fasting. Pastor Simpansa said that every citizen has a role to ensure the peace and unity the country has enjoyed for the past 59 years is preserved. The clergyman said unity of purpose is all the country needs to foster national development. Pastor Simpansa stated that the people should take advantage of the day of prayer to unite in spirit and petition God in various challenges the country is faced with. The pastor also urged citizens to pray for political party leaders in the country to reconcile in order to put the interest of the country top on their agenda. He observed that citizens have every reason to be thankful to God because of the peace the country has continued to enjoy amidst different ethnic groupings. Pastor Simpansa called on Christians in the country to turn up in large numbers for the National Day of Prayer, to pray with unity of purpose to save the country from what he termed as demonic attacks. The country will on Wednesday, 18th October, hold the National Day of Prayer, which was initiated in 2015 by former Republican President Edgar Lungu. That item brings us to the end of the news. Before we go, let's recap on stories that made headlines. Zambia receives first batch of medical supplies from the Arab Republic of Egypt. Opposition political leaders have called on Minister of Education Douglas Siagalima to hand himself over to police for remarks attributed to him against the people of Luapulan. Early distribution of inputs through Kazungola farmers in southern province, and Woodlands Conference dockers and Amo gifts Siajinyama residents with clean water by sinking a borehole. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Bright SINKOZI. On behalf of the entire studio and production team, not forgetting our correspondents across the country, George KALIMUKWA has been our sign language interpreter. From all of us, it's God bless and bye for now.